Man, 70 degrees, like the 9th of July, I think. Beautiful, beautiful day. Some clouds in the sky, but not supposed to be any rain. I'm at the Christmas Meadow Trailhead. I'm going to go up to the little unnamed lake I went to last year. I caught a bunch of fish at. It's where I found the pack horse. I think what was a pack horse that died. And all the gear and stuff was still there. It's also where I fell and lost all my flies for my fly pole. I'm going to retrace my steps. I doubt I'll be able to find anything like that, but I have Cash packed up. He's got about, well, under 4 pounds of gear, and I'm carrying about 17. We'll go up and spend the night and I guess sit by the fire and see if we can catch some fish. All right, so one of the things I'm going to run into on this trip that I didn't last time is we're still getting a little runoff, so the river's up a lot more than it would be. And let's see, right there, the mountain with the snow on it is A1, and I'm going to be just our side, this side of A1 down at the bottom in that, up in that big draw up there, the cirque up there. But I've got to cross the river to get to it, so I'm hoping, there's tons of log jams on this river. I'm hoping the river's low enough that I can cross without any issue. So Cash is always funny when I put his packs on. He gets real clingy to me, and he won't wander around like he usually does. All right, so there's the draw again where I'm headed. The peak there in the center is A1, and I've got to go down here and find a place to cross the river. I've passed 2 groups of people, and I saw one in front of me, but I'm going to bail off here before I get to them. And the parking lot was jammed, but this is about where I expect to not see any more people anymore until I come out tomorrow. So let's go down and see if we can find a place to cross this sucker. Okay, I found the river, and she's about twice what she normally is. So a spot like this would be a normal crossing place, but not today. I'm just gonna keep going upstream here till I can find a log all the way across. All right, as fate would have it, I was thinking last year when I did this hike I crossed on logs, but when I came back I just had to cross the river. And I crossed the first time before way down the trail. So I found a pretty nice campsite here if you were only looking to go so far. And there's quite a trail. Coming down to right here. Not at all what I had in mind, but this may be the place. Man, the water's moving. I'm really not looking forward to this. But that's what I do here, I guess, so I'm gonna pull the bottom half of my pants off and just go for it. Okay, well, I'll spare you the view of my legs. I took off Cash's pack. I've got my fly pole case as a crutch. I did leave my shoes on. They're gonna get wet, but they're just gonna get wet. I'm not crossing this barefoot. It'll be all day. So, oh yeah, that was ice like a couple hours ago. Holy crap. Holy crap. Come on, Cashy, keep going. Oh, I don't even know what to say. That was so deep I got my butt wet. That poor dude had to just flat swim it. My legs are numb. Oh, oh goodness. Holy crapola. That was chilly. I'm gonna get over here, find a spot to sit down, drain my shoes. Oh, goodness gracious. Got a little water in my fly rod. I'll see if I can find a spot up here. I'll probably go without my socks in my pack or without my socks on for a little while till my shoes dry out. Quite a bit, out a bit. There's a half gallon in each shoe. Not only are they waterproof from the outside in, also works from the inside out. Whew. Well, that'll wake you up. It surprised me when it got up into my pockets. I figured it would be knee-high and maybe a little more, not much, but holy crapola. All right. For anyone keeping score, that was at the 2-mile mark. Now I just get to make my way, as I always do, through all the deadfall. And up this hill, it's only like 1,500 feet vertical. Which isn't horrific, it just happens in a really short time frame. Whew. I don't even know where to go. I guess that way. So I just ran into this, which I know after what I just did seems silly that I don't want to get wet again, but I'm trying to dry my shoes out. Not get them any more wet than they are. I probably could drain another cup out of them just in the amount that I've worn them. But I think right down here Goodness gracious. And this may be the creek that I should be following up. I'm not really sure where this piece of water came from. But it looks like right here is my opportunity to cross. There's probably a big old trout sitting right there waiting for me to catch him, but I've got a ways to go. So it's probably a good thing my wife doesn't watch all my videos if she saw me doing stuff like that by myself. Crossing the river and crossing trees when I'm up here by myself, she might ground me. All right, I think I'm away from the water now for sure. Let the climb begin. So it seems there's almost a bit of a game trail through here. But that one seems to dead end at that fallen log, or the fallen tree. I just look ahead. Oh, crapola, this is steep. Haven't really gone that far up, but enough. So, anyway, I just pick lines now. I'm gonna go up to this rock right here, cut up between it up to the tree, and I just try to look ahead for steps, handholds, and the least amount of logs I have to cross. And then you just zigzag your way up the hill. All right, so I just had a nice seat on that rock. Drained another half cup of water out of my shoes. I put the bottom half of my pants back on because my legs were getting pretty scratched up from all the trees and stuff I was walking through. So still have my socks off. I'm gonna keep them off until my shoes dry out quite a bit more. So I've opted for some boulder scrambling rather than log hopping. Give me a little bit of a break. I don't think I'm gonna follow it clear up there. I might actually cross over here pretty soon. It doesn't look quite as bad on the other side, but it always looks better on the other side. Oh, man. Starting to see the first mosquitoes of the trip, but I haven't put anything on other than what's on my clothes. And it's working really, really well. Oh, this is steep and I am definitely wore out. I've been like 3.25 miles. And not very much further up here. it flattens way out. I'm almost done with the climb. The steep part of the climb anyway. There's a gradual climb once we get up here. Okay, it's way started to mellow out. And if I remember, up here it becomes just a meandering stream, and I was fishing. I should have watched my video from last year. So I remembered what this was like. Okay, so the creek is definitely mellowed. And the terrain has definitely changed, thank goodness. I was about out of breath there for a minute. I did pull my fly rod out. I'm looking for just the right hole to drop it in. I'm going to start with places like this. This little corner up here. It starts to get deeper and then mellower, so if I keep my dog out of it, that'll help. Okay, certainly nothing to brag about. Oh goodness, come here, buddy. Ouch. Where'd he go? Certainly nothing to brag about, but beautiful little fish, and he took it on the first try. Maybe I'll keep cruising up. They seem to get a little bigger the higher up we go. There was 3 of them there, and they were just fighting over my lure to see who could take it. I guess I should say fly. They were fighting over the fly to see who could take it first. But if you see, they're right down there in that pool right there. Just itty bitties though. We'll just keep cruising up. But hey, I'm in the mountains and I just caught a fish. Look at that face. He's happy to be here too. I had him for a second. Well, I'm about 10,300 feet between there and 10.4. And there's snow. I'm back to going uphill. I can see where it up here in front where it flattens out. I don't have too much of a climb to go. But the air is getting to me. Haven't been this high for quite a while. Okay, I made it back to one of the streams. The streams forked and one of them went way over there. But man, this open meadow stuff is for me. And I had some delusions of grandeur about getting up here early enough and maybe popping a summit of A1. which is, there's the summit of it right there. But not gonna happen. So this is the little pond that comes in right before the lake. So that means I'm getting close. Like probably 100 yards close. It's just right up through here. I'm not sure if this is spring fed or just snow melt, and it just kind of trickles out the other end. Oh man, oh man, oh man. I'm ready to sit in a hammock for a minute, that's for sure. So I may vaguely remember this about this last year. This is the pond that's 100 yards or so from the other one. And it really isn't a pond. It just meanders. Well, this is the place, folks. And there are fish rising all over it, it looks like. This was a bad winter. I was worried about it winter killing. It looks like we'll be okay. It might get muddy fishing it. I don't know if it's moose. It's gotta be, they'd be that big. Moose or elk hanging out up here. So let's find us a campsite. Looks like we have a fire pit right here. Somebody's taken the time to put together. And where I'm hanging, I bet I can find a place to hang here right close. There's even a snowdrift right in the middle of the spot. So I'm gonna drop my pack. We'll set stuff up. Okay, somebody left a pretty decent sized pile of wood here. I've added to it. It's enough for an hour or so. Little fire pit. There's my hammock. I wasn't going to put the tarp up. I like sleeping under the stars. I guess you can see there's blue sky there. It's starting to dark up, but not enough that there'll be any rain, I don't think. Anyway, I threw some food out for Cash. We went 4.5 miles, something like that. 4.5 miles isn't horrible, but it was plenty steep. So anyway, this is home for tonight. I'm going to go make some water, filter up some water, and then go see if I can catch dinner. I brought a ramen for dinner, but I just soon have fish. So we'll give her a shot. Go make some water first, see if I can hydrate back up. So I could hear this thundering water from my camp. I wasn't sure if it was the wind at first or water. It kind of dawned on me the wind really ain't blowing that hard. But I crossed, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots of water to go to that one. I filled my my CNOC bag up in about 3 seconds. When you have moving water like that, and I mean filled it up full, I'll have more than enough water for tonight. I may fill it up again tonight for morning. But it may freeze up here. I don't think it will, but it may. So I don't want my water filter to bomb out on me. So yeah, there's just water everywhere up here. Granted, there's quite a bit of snow still coming down. Some nature's toilet paper handy for me. And here's camp. So under normal circumstances, that bag of water I had would have lasted all night and probably in tomorrow. But I didn't get a good seal right here, and when I squeezed it, oh, I dropped the bag and it poured all over me. Now I'm all soaking wet. All of me. So I guess I'll go get some more water and try again. Mosquitoes are out. They're not eating me too bad. All the different kinds of bug spray I have on are helping. But I thought a little smoke in the camp would help drive them away too. And then I can dry my shirt out, my pants out. Dried from when I crossed the creek already. My shoes aren't dry, but I'm warm. And I have a dry pair of socks to put on tonight. There. Fire's good for the soul anyway. Okay, there's my first one. I got him on about the second cast. They're little, so I'm going to catch about 4 of them. I am going to eat them, but this is as big as they get up here. Here's a little. Sun's starting to go down, and it certainly is cooling off. If you wanted to summit A1, you could go right up that chute. Oh, you dirty sucker, quit biting me. Go right up that chute, right up to there. Be a piece of cake. All right. Go ahead and make all your "why did I kill all the babies" jokes and all that good stuff. They're not very big, but man, they're going to be so good. And the lake is just swarming with them. I'm going to get the fire going again and get dinner going. I'm excited. I haven't had a trout. I don't think I've had one this year. I caught one. Didn't eat it. So these are going to be fish sticks. That's about all there are. That's why I got 4 of them. Normally I'm good with 1 fish. Okay, I got a good bit of coals going. Keeping the fire going on that side. I got my don't burn your finger tongs out. Fish right on the coals. They don't take very long to cook when they're this little. I'll let them go a little bit here and I'll flip them over and dig in. Okay, so that spot right there is all that's left of those fish. I threw all the skin and bones and stuff over and fed them to this dude. who yummed everything up. I probably could have ate about, I don't know, 4 more of them. They weren't very big. I may end up eating that ramen even with those fish. Man, the wind quit blowing, the mosquitoes went away. There you go. Pesky critters bite your nose. So I'm going to put the camera away tonight. I came up here to find some solitude, which I did. To sit by a fire and just enjoy myself. So I guess that's it for tonight. Give you a couple last shots of A1. It looks like we have a partial moon out. And I'll see you guys in the morning.